This for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, guys, you can tell I ain't got a lot of work to do and everything else. I did have a little work come up for this week. Um, First of all, it's for entertainment purposes only. And if you're not following him, join my friend Matt Lynch at Matt Lynch 2121 on TikTok. He's starting to do some really good stuff on there. He's a Marine and he's been there, and I believe he knows what's in the tunnels. I can't confirm that. That's up to him to confirm or not, but he knows how bad it is. Um, Q is a psyop. It's a fact. Is it good or bad? The jury's still out on that. I hope it ends up being good. Let me give you some examples, and y'all start thinking clearly. My mind was as clouded as anybody's with all this stuff too good to be true 4 years ago, because I was wanting out of the situation that some I got myself into, some just happened out of my control. And I've always wanted peace on earth. I've always knew there's abundance for everyone. I've always knew that everything was pretty much a lie to control us, not in detail. But my sixth grade teacher, Miss Ingram, told me there's enough gold and wealth in the world where every man, woman, child can have a gold brick. And so anyway, but I was watching this woman. I don't know, I've seen her several times, but she's made a good point. All of us felt that way. She said, I just wonder, I reposted it, but she said something like this. Every time I get to the point is, what am I doing with this Q thing? What am I freaking doing? And then she said, just as soon as I'm like, wow, what is this? And then there's another crumb out there. And she didn't might not put it this way, but gives me hope. And then she showed it. There's a bearded guy that was supposed to be junior. What good does that do? They know what they're doing. These people running this are extremely intelligent, a lot smarter than all of us put together, and have a heck of a lot more resources. And we outnumber them probably 1,000,000 to 1, but that don't matter. Like Billy Carson said, there's he even kind of made a joke. Everybody's wondering why these off-world beings, and there are off-world beings. I know a friend at Area 51, so y'all guys get out of here. We're not the only one, and we are very primitive. Just watch Men in Black, what that bug says to that bug exterminator. That's true. My friend at Area 51 said that's true. But he said the aliens look down, they say there's 8 billion people down there, and they let less than 100 families control them. We're not going to help them. It's not worth it. They're not intelligent enough. They won't stand up. Now, it might be a joke, but it's really true. But they give just enough to keep you stringing along. They just keep stringing along. And they know that people will keep hooking on to this, and then as people wake up, as we start falling away, as people start waking up, they'll be back into listening to Charlie Ward in 107 4 years ago, thinking it's going to happen right now, and then start researching videos and then realize, heck, that was March of 2021. What is going on? But I'll give you 3 examples. You guys remember that girl in high school that you really wanted? And most of us, like now, look back, thank God for unanswered prayers, because it wouldn't have worked out 90% of the time. But right then, you was in love with that girl. And you knew right deep inside you're never going to get it. But she was kind of a tease, and she'd every once in a while smile at you or say, you want to go out, just for lunch, or maybe give you a call somewhere and just keep you strung along until finally one day you see her going with a 22-year-old college senior and know it's all over with and you've been let alone. That's what this is so far. Okay, 2 more prime examples. And nothing against any good parent. But I had it happen. I had all the toys in the world, but there was a couple of things that my parents either couldn't afford to give me or didn't want to give me, didn't think it was good. But they would still let on. They'd give me something like, here's $2 to go in your savings for that. And just give me hope I was going to get that toy. Has that happened to you? But did you ever get that toy? That's a psyop. And I'm not saying it was bad, but that is compared to what's going on. And here's the prime example. How many did you watch Charlie Brown? To my knowledge, he never got to kick the football from Lucy. But how many of us sat there and said, this is it? year after year after year, even reruns you watched to where you knew he wasn't going to get kick the football. And every time you just sit up there and, oh my gosh, he's going to get to kick it now. He's going to get to kick it. And right soon as he gets to kick it, Lucy pulls the football away. That's a classic example of what this is. And we can't let this keep going like this. If we can't get enough people to sit down and say enough's enough, we're not going to play the game no more, we're going to have to stop playing the game for our own selves, and I don't know how we're going to go on with our lives. But I just seen a deal on my Lone Wolf channel reposted, and I went ahead and reposted that Trump, and it was just his picture. Is that Trump? No, it's not Trump. It said everybody will be able to afford a home, a car, and groceries, and it begins September 6th. And it meant this September 6th. That's 4 days from now. How many times has that happened in the last 4 years? Let's see what happens September 6th. It begins. And that wasn't saying everybody, but it begins. So let's see something, white hats, military leaders. Let's see something that we know it's begin. Let's see some actual real person like me say, oh my gosh, it's real, and get on TikTok and everything else. This is in my bank. Let's see it. Let's see multiple people so we know it's not fake. Don't have to be me. Give it to somebody a heck of a lot more unfortunate than me. But do something. Put the rubber to the road. Quit crying wolf. Quit being chicken little. The sky is falling. Put the tanks on the street, as the old saying goes. I really don't want it to end that way. I don't see at some point where they're not going to have, some places have it, if this ever happens. But stop crying wolf. Another example. Everybody had somebody on the playground. Oh, I'm going to just tear you up in basketball. Well, let's go. Here's the ball. They never would even play you. Or this guy, year after year, I'm going to kick your rear end. I'm going to kick your rear end. Well, come on, let's go. Let's go. Show me. Show me. That's what this is. It's all talk and no action. I'm tired of hearing don't bring behind the scenes to me no more. Even my closest friends, do not bring that crap to me anymore. It's happening behind the scenes will starve us to death, guys. And I am hitting hard, and I am hitting fast, and I'm telling the truth. Let's see what happens September 6th. I know I've got enough common sense to realize they cannot dump everything on everybody. Nobody won't work. I'm a prime example. 70% of lottery winners are people who have inherited a bunch, go broke in 2 years. Even good people who normally would manage their money, but they don't know how to manage that kind of money. It's my situation. But this just making us hurt and hurt and hurt and keep giving us these excuses. Hurting us ain't helping these kids no more. It's woke enough the people up that will wake up. And then you got the people that won't wake up, and most of them are good Americans that don't know the evils of this world. But they're not going to wake up. They're comfortable enough thinking that it'll change in a couple months or 3 or 4 months or whatever. And things are going to have to change one way or the other. The balloon's about to pop. And then you got people who have all these crazy stuff and this different colored hair who do not like this country at all, and that's to say the least. And they care more about their values than you and me in this country that they are catering to. And every one of them that I know, they are living well. They are not hurting financially. They might have had to give up a big car or something like that, but they're living in a nice house, got a nice income, living on the beach. I work for some of them. Well, there is one. He's a good guy. He's hurting. But other than that, all them people, they're doing well. And they said it was supposed to wake us all up. I'm all for every one of us hurting. Trump said it'd be a Venezuela. Some of us are Venezuela. But the whole country ain't, to wake everybody up. How far are we away from that? And he also said 20's got to be fixed before 24, and we're 2 months away. Is that another non-truth? Later.